It's first I would like to say it must be difficult to get up earlier. You must have lots of pride. That's why you can wake up early. And thank you for being here. And thank you for the invitation and such a great idea of organizing Creative Morning. Yeah, imagine all the creative people wake up early in all the cities. Oh my God, what's gonna happen? Okay, so the topic today is pride. Oh my God, this is a difficult question or subject, and I've been struggling. What is this connection between pride and I'm an artist? So what is about that? I mean, what is the connection, and how I'm dealing with it? And many of my artist friends, they are very always proud of doing what they love to do, and yeah, it's always a big challenge, when you have too much pride. You start to isolate yourself, and I heard there was a mental hospital in Helsinki. Actually, there's the majority of the patients, they are artists. Yeah, so I was thinking about, oh my God, is that gonna be the final home for my life? Yeah, so I'm trying to save myself. Yeah, and I'm making art, of course, and my main material is ink, paper, and water. Yeah, so it's fundamental materials. It's my family hobby. I didn't really choose. Yeah, I guess the material chose me, maybe. And okay, let's start. It's not my art, it's my father's daily practice, calligraphy, yeah. And this kind of style require lifelong commitment. Every single stroke, yeah, this is one of my hundreds brushes. If you come to Bolivar, I show you hundreds different brushes. This is kind of my family tool, my weapon, my. So he used this brush for his entire life. And there was always a big discussion within art or calligraphy community in China. This is a language, it's a writing technique. Is this considered as a piece of art or not? There was always a discussion. And me and my sister always joke about my father, like, come on, write the proper, characters, different styles. But is that considered as art or just a piece of writing, Until the last moment of his life, I think he's probably definitely an artist, really carries a true pride of doing calligraphy. So end of his life, he couldn't use his hand, and so 1 week before he died, so he wrote this piece. And me and my sister was totally kind of, oh my God, now this is a piece of art. So physically, he's losing his capability of holding brush, and he give up his own, so maybe not completely give up his knowledge, but definitely like knowledge by using hand. And then I realized actually we have a famous saying in Chinese calligraphy theory, like 书者赏也. If you want to become a true calligraphy, you must have to loose. You have to be loose. Yeah, you have to be relaxed. There was a story like even if you don't lose, if you have some deadline, it's impossible to write a true calligraphy. Even you have the best brush, it's impossible. So this is a kind of most intimate experience I had when I think about losing. Yeah. So my journey, of course, when I think about my whole life journey, it's really about what you lose and what you gain. And I have to admit, actually, I gain much more than something I lose. So that today's presentation probably is really about I'm just showing my personal experience about how this happened. So I made this image, a drawing, like 2 meters tall each, every day before he died. So we have no idea when he gonna die, and there's nothing you can do. So I paint each image every day, so to comfort him, and it become like one of my most important art piece. I called Farewell to My Father. Yeah, also he gave a name to this. That's another story. Okay, I think okay, sorry, this is a little bit heavy when you start this morning talk. But yeah, I have to be honest, and I think it's when I talk about how can I present this presentation, I'm saying, oh yeah, maybe just some personal story. But I think it's a serious topic also. So then I start to think, I was living in Shanghai, and I moved to Finland 7 years ago, and so from Shanghai to Bolivar. Okay, that's just little jump. I was one of them in Shanghai. I made a whole series work. I was working for creative agency. Yeah, I was working one of this building, and this is my bedroom actually in my hometown, and this is Bolivar. So it's like 3 jump. Yeah, so it's when I decided to move to Finland 7 years ago, I was like, okay, if you want to experience something different, maybe something extremely different will be quite helpful. Maybe if I go to Paris, still eat some same food, and so why should I travel? So I decided to move to Bolivar instead of even Helsinki. Okay, Helsinki is also nice, yeah, but Bolivar is more extreme to Shanghai, so. And I think about, okay, actually now I'm unregistered in China. I originally from, I spent 20 years in this city. So now I'm unregistered. I become a new immigrant in Finland, in Bolivar, meeting nobody. And I used to have a car, and I give it to my cousin. I used to have a company, so I let the company go. I have an apartment. I sold it 3 years ago. And I have used lots of titles. Yeah, I was, my first job was after graduate from my studying in England. I became the design director of the biggest agency of the world, McCann Erickson in Shanghai, advertising agency. And so my first client was Coca-Cola, biggest project, rebranding Coca-Cola in Greater Asia region. And I used to be one of the creative society. Yeah, but now I'm living in Bolivar. My neighbor are all retired men, women. And the traditions, oh my God, this is a heavy word for me, And my father is calligrapher, my sister is calligrapher. We are surrounded by calligrapher students, and every day, easily our dinner turned into 20 people. So tradition, and China, of course, have long tradition, and all this writing, painting, philosophy. Oh my God, it's heavy, 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 heavy. And the brushes. Yeah, I have lots of brushes. Recently learning, I have nice conversation with my artist friend in Bolivar, because he always pushed me to do some sketching, Pan, make more sketching. So I said, no, come on, I don't make sketch, I make art. So he was, oh, that's... And all my art is like, I don't do sketch. Yeah, I don't know why, I make art. Yeah, I don't make sketch. I don't make painting. So I make art, yes. So you will see how, as an artist, if there's some artists here, it might be quite interesting to hear my opinion about how to kill art, kill yourself. Maybe you'll save your life. And last year, I lose some teeth. Oh my God. I never thought I was gonna lose my teeth. So when you wake up in the morning, I guess people look for artificial intelligence, maybe your mobile phone. I look for my artificial teeth. I couldn't find this morning. I don't know where I lost. Oh my God. So I realized actually physically you are losing every moment, right? We are dying every moment. We have to admit that. We have to face death every day. It's true. It's can you change it? No. Fundamental truth. We have to deal with that first. I'm losing every moment. So based on this, so I want to dive a little bit deeper. I will talk about, for example, if you immigrant to some other country, language, right? I'm not supposed to speak Chinese here, and no one can read these Chinese characters. I mean, generally speaking, and if you study Chinese, it's another story. But I want to, but the finish is too difficult for me. So I haven't really managed to finish yet. But as an artist, maybe I can create my own language. Something like this. I wish I can have a universal language, And I call this series like strangers. Yeah. I'm one of the strangers. There's a stranger living inside me, and also my father was a stranger for me, and I'm also a stranger for him. And after he died, I feel like, oh my God, actually, I miss him, yeah, of course. And but I feel like he's actually inside of me. So I'm not worried anymore because he's a part of me. And the strangers, like it's always remind me the kind of new immigrants in Europe. Immigrants issue is a big topic here, right? A friend of mine just told me a really nice thing. He said, "Pan, do you remember?" He's Marco Artisari, actually. So he told me once, like, every immigrant is a hero. Wow. Then I think a little bit deeper, like, oh my God, actually our whole human history partly was made by this movement of the traveling, end of war or end of some conversation, fight or business relationship or marriage, right? If we don't immigrate to some other place, maybe we don't have history. It's all start your traveling, right? And all starts of you are become your own stranger, or when you become other people's stranger, right? It's all start from strangers. And the strangers ask some strange questions, but also bring interesting information, like me today telling the benefit of losing. Okay, so the language. So this is the first issue I was dealing with. Oh, body. I have a nice midsummer rose in our garden, and it's Johannes Lusu, right? Johannes Lusu, yeah, midsummer rose is most common flowers in Finland. And I'm so happy we have this flower because I just wait in home, whole year, and wait for the flower to bloom only for 1 week in summer. So it's kind of giving me a hope, okay, I'm waiting for my flower in the long dark winter, okay, so yeah, let's wait. And then only 1 week. Beautiful, beautiful. And I cherish every moment in the summer when the flower bloom. I paint a lot of midsummer rose. And I really feel like after 7 years dealing with this flower, I feel like my body is become part of flower. I'm not interested to paint any real image of flower, the shape, because flower only lasts for 1 week. Every moment the flower is losing themselves. And it's impossible to capture the sort of real outline of the flower. Instead of that, I create the spirit of time, of the beauty, the disappearing beauty, the smell. You have to come to my studio to see the real image, of course. And the body, can also, they have different forms. It's more abstract. This one is more like in the dream. Yeah, so I painted lots of flowers, midsummer rose. And this summer I did really big pieces. It's about, this is only one of the, I made like 6 of these drawings. So if I put them together, it's about 20 meters long. So I record the process of the flower, when the flower bloom until the flower disappear. So this is the final image when the flower disappear, midsummer rose. Yeah. Oh, my friend, he has his architect. We have a beautiful farmhouse in Oulu, yeah, village, Akola, yeah. Canvas, yeah. As artist, you have to face canvas, and maybe not yourself. You face a canvas every day, so you talk to canvas. What are you gonna paint? For me, I don't use canvas. What I'm supposed to face. So I do lots of this public drawing. Window. Oh my God, window. And we have enough window for me to paint. I don't need to buy canvas. I just go to any city. There's enough window, enough canvas for me, right? So normally I start from nowhere. I have no idea where I start. I don't plan, like I said. Normally start from corner. Sometimes I find, if it's just some museums, they have a logo, so I start with logo. Yeah, so it's a no plan and no space limit. And basically, you are painting against the void. It's a really beautiful project, I have to say. I really love it because every moment the sunshine is different, the shadow is different, and normally the shadow looks better than the paint on the window. I did another, latest one was in a Bolovo art factory during Bolovo Triennial. So it's a huge window, and so this is the image. Color, of course. Long dark winter. My friend asked me, "Hey Pan, do you know how many winters you survived in Finland?" They don't ask me how many years you live in Finland. How many winters you had here? I understand why he asked me, because I paint lots of black images, like this. This is inspiration when I wake up 3 o'clock in the dark winter. I'm floating, I'm like my own ghost. I love it, it's so peaceful, And okay, I'm getting used to the dark color, and but also I paint some colorful images, of course. Yeah, but big strokes and some colorful images. It's a bit too small, for this. This actually is like a long skull, so I don't have canvas. Like I said, I can paint on endless material because everyday life is for me, it's a lifelong inspiration. Time is my material also, right? Space is part of my inspiration. Paper, it's always there. And you don't have to worry about because it's all there. You just put them together. So I forget the size and the studio. So I paint outside. So you don't have to worry about how big studio you have. I always talk to people I was really inspired by this documentary about Francis Bacon, and he had a tiny studio actually, but he make crazy images, and sometimes I realize maybe in a smaller space it's better for make a big image, because it's not about the size of the physical paper or real material. It's about your mind, your head, your imagination. So I started to paint outside a couple years ago, and then now every summer I'm busy running in my studio, in my real studio, and the forest, of course, There's a little R missing, so I lost myself in the forest. This is my latest image. Oh my God, I wish this, this is projection quality. Yeah, so very kind of, yeah, it's weird. Yeah, I sometimes just, what the hell is that? Yeah, is that part of art or? And artist, yeah. This is kind of my logo as a previous creative director in biggest agency. So I created my own logo, of course. I did a performance in Savonlinna last winter. So it's on the floor, and of course a musician came and blah blah blah. And so I think when I really make the performance, and I'm kind of forget myself, yeah. And then you create something else, yeah. So also, like I mentioned earlier, artist. You know, what is artist? The title. You know, we have to kill this title first. If you want to become a true artist, it's same, right? If you want to be some real tea ceremony master, you have to forget what you are doing. You really into the thing you are doing, and in order to achieve a certain kind of level, or it's lifelong commitment as artists. So it's more about life, I guess, not about title. And I don't have to go to the mental hospital. So I was also think about like, oh my God, is that any kind of solution or some kind of I can share? You know, I was always think about where is our heart, because normally we think something by our head and the mind, but actually, I always feel the mind is it's a bit too slow sometimes, or you think too much. There's always a problem with your mind. And the heart is probably more stable, and you can feel it beating, you know. And when your mind is like jumping, in Buddhism, Zen philosophy, always say monkey mind. We always have to kill monkey mind, because the monkey, he's clever, he's have mind every moment, so it's quite annoying actually. So I think maybe, yeah, we have to think about where is our heart located today. So we have, as a visual person, we have many different expression about the heart, right? We click love, we click through mobile phone, and this is all different signs about heart. So which one is our true heart? This one probably not. Yeah, which is our true heart located? So I was thinking about it. But then it ended up really like a big mind map. So I trying to borrow different ideas from different parts of the civilization, from Chinese Confucius idea, Taoism, Buddhism, some Kant's idea about enlightenment, as Rudolf Steiner's thinking about the level of freedom and spiritual world, of course. And so I put them all together. There was an image like this is Buddhism, then, you know, they believe the heart will open, have two gates actually in the heart. One open to the reality world, another gate open to the ideal world. If you can manage it, you can open your heart to two gates, then you can open millions of gates. This is the Buddhism Zen idea. Okay, I think it's nice. And the heart is also very much connect with your real characteristic. You have to think about who really you are and find your true nature, right? When people go to temple and they pray, or they go to church, there's a guy sculpture stand there, and you say, okay, can you help me? No. You have to help yourself. You have to find your own Buddha inside your heart. And he's always there. And even before you're born, he's already there. So you just have to really, I feel it's a good place actually. It's quiet. The beauty of silence, I guess, is about, searching your true Buddha inside your heart. Okay, this is going to become very complicated. If you're interested, I can talk this for a whole day. And I have some images, of course. And there's a heart here, maybe. Okay, this is a little story before I end this presentation. You can read it. It's a classic story about like a conversation between teacher and students. The teacher's name is Nanguo Ziji, so he's like sitting there. He just had a long meditation inside the forest. He just back to the city, and he looks like a completely lose himself. And his student, Yancheng Ziyu, he stand beside him and looked at him. Oh my God, what happened to you? You look like a piece of dry wood, a dying wood. How about your heart? He was asking. Your body is like a dry wood. What about your heart? What happened to your heart? And then the teacher answered, no need. Viva, good question. Have you ever heard about the music of the made by human being? He said, yeah, you probably heard the music by human being. If you heard the music by human being, and have you ever heard about the music done by our earth? And the student, yeah, maybe. Yeah, there's a storm, And then he asked him again, have you ever heard about the music from the heaven? So I wish you a good weekend and listen to the music from heaven. Kiitos. It's not so difficult to talk about pride, I guess. Before I came, I was like, oh my God, this is so nervous. You know, the pride, we are not supposed to talk about pride, because especially in Finland, like people are very humble, and I might also try my best to be a humble artist, but you all have to talk about pride. We managed. Okay. Kiitos, kiitos.
Questions?
Yes. Yes.
There's no microphone box. No. Okay.
We can hear you. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just wondering. Well, thank you very much for the presentation.
Yeah.
Kiitos. To see your art and where you come from. I was wondering. Yeah, it's nice to see that eventually you showed. Because I imagine that through calligraphy, there's quite a defined contrast between black of the ink and white of the background.
Yeah.
Or the background of the white.
Yeah.
Paper.
Black is white. White is black.
Well, yeah.
There's no absolute black and no absolute white.
Yeah, there's also then in what's it? Yin and yang. There's the black and white and white. And black.
Yes.
What did and it was nice to see how there was then a transition to sort of having more sort of contrast shades or transitions between the black and white, maybe more so because you're here. And I realized in my own life that sometimes we need to have that contrast to understand life better.
Yeah.
So I can maybe get a sense of why we maybe moved to Barbara.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I've actually been on the bus and we talked about the window. I took a felt tip pen once and I started doodling on the bus. So
Okay.
that was a nice thing. But what I wanted to ask is, what did your art mean or legacy mean to your dad? What is his perspective on what it meant for him to do calligraphy and why he started? Yeah.
My father, his generation, basically, he grew up in a normal family. So when he was young, he experienced this cultural revolution and also big poverty in China. They didn't have enough money to buy even basic food. So, and study calligraphy for him actually is very much about the pride of being educated scholar or people, you know. He want to, you know, find his new life instead of, you know, being a farmer in like my grandpa, let's say. Yeah, so study calligraphy for his generation, I guess is one of the major motivation. They want to be, looks like more civilized and of course learn knowledge. Yeah, art maybe a little bit too luxury for him. Yeah. If I hope I had answered. Yeah, different generation. Yeah, probably have different, of course, different conditions. Right, like me, I'm the blessed. I'm blessed artist and man. You know, I'm blessed. Yeah, that's why I'm here. Yeah, but of course, I really appreciate my father's lifelong commitment to calligraphy, because many of Chinese calligraphy in China, they treat the calligraphy as a kind of tool to. Of course, you become famous, you get lots of money, and so it's a kind of tool to. But for my father, I guess he's had pure love towards calligraphy, and he established the 3 calligraphy association. So all my father's students benefit from his sharing, generosity. Yeah, yeah. So I'm very lucky, born in, as his son. So that sometimes I call myself, I'm not going to become a calligrapher, I'm a visual artist. So I always call myself the son of the calligrapher. I'm very proud of that, the son of calligrapher. Thanks.
Was there anything that surprised you in your work after coming here that came out of your work from living in Finland?
Mm-hmm. Sorry.
Was there anything that surprised you after you moved here that came out of your work?
Yeah, it's a completely different society compared to Shanghai. Yeah, everything is opposite in terms of size.
No, but how does it affected your art?
Embedded in my art, you mean? It's more about talk art.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. First of all, it's in Shanghai. I paint lots of big. Simply, you are surrounded by people, so I paint the people, and actually I paint the people's face. So I have a series like a Facebook project, because Facebook is banned in China. So I decided to paint my own Facebook. Yeah, Facebook project. Yeah, so I paint the people's face, and it's big pieces. So every time when I look at it, it's about like hundreds faces. Yeah. So every time when I look at the piece, like I find some new face. Hey, hello, you are here. Something. Yeah. But when I come to here, I live in Boulevard, and no people, basically. Lots of trees. Yeah. So I paint the first, maybe also I can paint the faces, but anyway. So this long dark winter really inspired me. Also the forest, of course, for me is like a completely new experience. Forest, what is a forest for me in Shanghai? There's no mountain in Shanghai. Where can you find a forest? Yeah, we're living in a concrete building, or everything's about consumerism, money. Yeah. But so here is it's like a new life, really. So I have to learn chop the wood, sauna, of course. I love it, and I'm so lucky. I have a second life. Yeah, so and all this new life experience really benefit to some kind of new art, or you call it art, or whatever you call it. Yeah. Okay. I hope I. Yes.
A question. I think it's really great that you mentioned that art is kind of luxury. And
For my father's generation. Yeah.
Okay. But I think for our time still, as like now everything is also going a bit downwards after the COVID, and all the art institutions also worldwide, like also in Finland, like got less funding now. Do you have some suggestions for like especially young artists who are just starting to get themselves out in this very complex society? Like how do we get ourselves nourished, but also try to present ourselves? Or do you have some suggestions for that?
Yeah, I guess I can only talk about some conceptually sort of, even not a suggestion, or like, but technically, for young artists, we can talk about later. But ideally, like, I would like to say, like, the end of this presentation, even not only for young artists, I think even for myself, if you can find your true Buddha, and because making art for me is the process of finding your own Buddha. I always say, like, people ask me, okay, what is really you want to do? I said, oh, actually, I just want to have good sleep. A quality sleep, because nowadays we are really annoyed by all kind of information. I don't know how's your quality sleep. I mean, some people, if I can have very good sleep, oh my God, I'm willing to pay 100 euro, 200 euro per night. Yeah, so, but if if you really find your own true sort of yourself, I guess it helps, especially for young artists, right? You try, but of course, before you find it, you need to try many things, right? You try different material, you try different topic, then finally one day you think, okay, this might be something I would like to spend my whole life to focus. Then, and of course it has to be quite unique, right? If you find the true yourself, basically you have something quite unique, right? Otherwise you don't call it true you. But also, I think for young artists, not only for young artists, I have like my old artist in Bolo, he got lots of energies. Too much energy, sometimes I feel, oh my God, he's like, I have so many ideas. And so I always invite him to my home to have a cup of tea, calm down. Yeah, you're ready. Wow, you've done so many drawings in his life, and because he now is having a little bit of age kind of crisis, yeah. So I guess it's not, it's common question for everyone actually, not only for artists, for young artists or old artists. Find who you are, and technically we have lots of to discuss how to present yourself, right? As you said, how to find a gallery, how to, price your art, how to host your collectors, how to enter this market as a part of the game, yeah? You have to see it, actually. You have to, expose yourself to the bigger sort of real sort of art field, art society. Yeah, there's many different tribes, villages in this world in the art field. We can talk about that later, technically. Yeah, Guidos, thanks.
You have a question there, and then there's another question there as well.
Yeah, sure.
Very thank you for the presentation, and I can really feel you are very brave for moving and doing that, and we share the same background. It's very touching to see how much that you're willing to let go and you're willing to lose, as you said. And throughout your whole presentation, that I'm just thinking and reflecting on what Mikko was saying at the beginning, that what we're proud of for. And so there is just sentence in my head, during the course of your presentation, and I wanted to share. It's I'm proud of who I am for wherever I am. So it's really to see as also an immigrant and as the people who work in the creative industry as well. And I think it's very brave to lose certain things and to be able to gain, and to see it in your artwork. It's really inspiring that you clearly let go your body, your language, and of course your tradition and your daily routines, to be able to adapt to a different environment and societies. And in the end, what comes out, it was really skill-wise, of course, a larger ink paintings, a piece of art. But also within, I'm sure that if we actually visit your studio, as I've heard so much from Juhana and Mikko, it's really that you can feel the resonance.
The best is to visit to see the real images,
just even with, let's say, the presentation projectors, you can really feel like your body on the ones that you're standing in front of your, kind of your own logo, and you can feel the strength, and you can feel, what you have gained through whatever experience you have. So it's really, thank you for sharing, and I'm speechless now.
Yeah, thank you for the compliment. And I guess that's really like there's nothing how can I say? It's like I'm like as an artist individually. Everybody's same. You are dealing with your body. You are dealing yourself for the rest of your life, right? You are dealing with your body, so you have to really, you have to understand a little bit more about yourself, your background, and we are not choose to be, right? You didn't talk to your parents and you come to this world. You just through to this world and let you to deal with yourself.
Yeah, and the medias, whatever materials that you are using, I for us is the tea would be the media and would be the material.
Yeah, totally.
But whatever is the material, I can imagine for different people working in a different field, even though like it doesn't matter if it's tangible or intangible, and it's a media that for whatever we have, and we kind of dive ourselves into try to make.
Yeah, because
the most
everyone have definitely, everyone. I mean, can you find the same people exactly? No, right? So you are your own Buddha. Just believe that. That. I mean, he's just waiting there all the time. Before you're born. Come on. So you just have to really, find it, and then you be friends with him, and yeah, you'll be okay. Not end up mental hospital, maybe. And save yourself.
There's a question from Oli.
Yeah, about the previous one, I was kind of interested how you find the balance between like finding your Buddha, finding the vision, what you want to do, and then the art world challenge that you mentioned. Is it like challenging to kind of be true to yourself and then balance all this, or maybe kind of finding your own path, finding your own Buddha helps with all that, because you know that it's kind of extra and international what happen outside, and in the end, it's not the most important.
It's really a big challenge, of course. Yeah, every moment struggling, every moment you really, really like it, because it's monkey mind, and also the whole world is like a big monkey mind, right? The whole universe, like this world, is a big monkey mind. You never know what happened tomorrow, right? Especially now. We are facing this. It's like it's everything's constantly dramatically changing, because compared maybe 20 years ago, all the changing nowadays is more dramatic, and the conflicts, the separations, everything. It's like become also new technology increasing, right? We are watching this news on phone. So I guess it's big challenge for everybody, especially for creative industry, for creative people, because we call ourselves creative people, because we have more monkey mind. We have more creative thinking. But as artists, sometimes my teacher in Paris once he told me art is not. This is simply for the professional artist. He was always warn me art is not about idea. It's not a simple idea. In advertising, no problem. We have to generate many ideas. I used to work for advertising agency. Oh my God, how many ideas I have to generate every day? We are like a machine. Yeah, we just how many proposals we're gonna present to the client, and how many ideas we generate. Yeah, we have a team like 12 designers. Okay, each one have to give me 5 ideas. End of the day. Okay, then we have 50 ideas. Yeah, but then it's mainly for communication purpose, for the commercial, it's different to what I say. Being artist, who is my client? I have no client. I'm my own client. Yeah, it's a big challenge.
Yeah. So, no one answers.
So we have to deal with that, every day, I find some if you're interested a Zen story, I can tell you more actually. Lots of funny Zen stories. I don't know if you heard about. Maybe I can tell you one. There was a monk, talking to to all the audience, and then they pointed to this flag, and there's a wind blow. They ask him, "Do you see the flag is moving?" Then all the audience students look at, there's no wind. Maybe this is moving. And actually, the true answer is, the flag is not moving, but your heart is moving. Your idea, your monkey mind is moving, actually. There's a lot of beautiful concepts. Sometimes helps, helps. But I guess the best way is just to do something, To do something physically, you can touch, you can maintain, you find interesting, you know, because you see the real development through years, and you feel, and you find this kind of fulfillment. And when I Google the pride when I came, I said it's kind of satisfaction you get from long practice. So I guess after you long practicing, and you probably find your true pride. Yeah, and you know you are good at that, and you can, and there's you develop your own way of appreciation, or a way of developing, you know, spiritually or conceptually or financially, right?
Thank you.
Kiitos.
That went a full circle.
Okay.
Back to Prague. Thank you so much.
No worries. And yeah, well, if you visit Bolivar, welcome to visit my studio. It's just next to the church. Yeah, Old Town Bolivar. Yeah, welcome anytime. Yeah, give me a message through Instagram. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, welcome.